All right, so ABOAGYE and SHATTA WALE's issue. Let me share my 2 cents. You see, in this industry, right, 90% of the people who are on radio are disappointed artists, or maybe they aspired to be actors. Since they failed and they couldn't make it to become a big star, they end up on radio platforms or TV platforms. Now, because someone hustled, someone like SHATTA WALE hustled, even after they treated him badly, he still went back to the streets and built himself up. Whenever these people who are on radio, who are disappointed, they see someone like SHATTA WALE, they feel bitter. They feel sad because SHATTA WALE is living their dream. SHATTA WALE is living their dream. That is the reason every time a star is coming up and the person is very confident, all these presenters, they see that person as disrespectful. Not because of how the person is acting, or because of the bitterness they have within them. They could never live up to where the person has reached. So these people sit on radio stations, on TV stations, and they try to undermine our stars. All because they were wishing to be like them, but they couldn't make it. It is sad. You chose to take the easy route by going to look for a 9 to 5 where you will be paid. Someone chose to give his all. Whether they lose or not, they will chase their dreams. You chose the easy route to go and sit on radio stations. So when someone who put their everything they had in their dream, in their talent, and they've made it, you have to respect that person. Don't be sitting on radio station disrespecting these artists. So let's get down to the details. SHATTA WALE performed at the award show in the UK. Now he's made mention that he was paid 80,000. You see, even if you think he wasn't paid that amount, as a big presenter like you, should you come and sit on your radio station and say he's lying? Let the bloggers, let the small boys talk about this issue and try to get some, viewership by, standing up against SHATTA WALE. But you, a renowned radio presenter, this is small talk. You don't even have to get involved. Everything about show business is made up. Everything about show business is made up. From the videos that we shoot, people go and rent cars. It's not theirs. So everything about show business is made up. From the things that they talk about in the music, I'll go buy you this, I'll go buy you Bugatti, I'll go buy you that. He can't afford it. It is art. The same way branding is part of the game. So if I get paid 1 cedi, or even if I don't get paid, I can tell you that I got paid this amount so that whoever is coming to book me will see me as an expensive artist. So if you sit on your little radio, it's not a little radio station, that's a big radio station. And he is a renowned radio presenter. I'm not gonna lie. But if you sit on your radio station and you want to dig deep and say that he performed for free and he wasn't paid 80,000, then he should go and pay. If he was paid 80,000, then he should go and pay 16,000 pounds to the UK government because he didn't pay taxes. You see, this is a typical black man. This is a typical black man. He never. You see, you guys want us to be like. You want our artists to be like Burna Boys and then the rest. But you sit on your radio stations and try to undermine and disrespect our artists. When you and then you turn around and say, "Oh, Shatta Wale, how come you are not playing at this stadium? How come you are not playing at that stadium?" What if there's a promoter out there who is not a Ghanaian, who is looking to book Shatta Wale, and he heard Shatta Wale say he was paid £80,000? Don't you think that will make that promoter, the next time he wants to book Shatta Wale, will make him at least try and up the money a little bit because of what Shatta Wale has said? But you are there trying to dispute it. What do you gain by disputing how much Shatta Wale said he was paid? What do you gain? I know what you gain. You see, this media, they are trying to make money. They have to pay bills. So anything that will bring audience, they will talk about. They know Shatta Wale pulls audience. They know the Shatta fans will come on their page and react. They know people will be talking about the station. So every little thing that they hear about Shatta Wale, they want to talk about it. But one thing you need to understand is that you have to have class. There are certain things that you shouldn't talk about. Whether he was paid that amount or he wasn't paid that amount, what do you gain by disputing it? You see, one thing I will leave you with is Shatta Wale, he works for himself. He can decide not to go to work. He can decide not to go to the studio. But let me ask you, ABOAGYE, can you do that? Can you get up and say that today I'm not going to the radio station? No, you can't, because you don't work for yourself. You work for someone. ABOAGYE, can you employ your children? You can't unless you go through Father Dixon or the owner of the station. So put some respect on Shatta Wale's name. As it stands right now, Shatta Wale can choose to employ his son or his child, his daughter, to be the manager of his real estate. He can choose to employ his son to handle his studio. He can choose to employ his son to be his manager. But ABOAGYE, you work for someone. You can't do that. You don't have that liberty. You see, let me tell you something. When you go to the United States, all the presenters who have been working for a radio station for some time, eventually they create their own little something, media or something, or have their own special like that they can take to another station. ABOAGYE, the platform that you are on, let me ask you, the show, is it yours? Today, if you are not there, will you be replaced? Yes, you will be replaced. I've been hearing about you for quite some time now. But let me ask you, what have you been able to accomplish that we can say that, oh my God, this man was on radio station for this long, and this is what he did to give back to the youth who aspire to be presenters? What have you done? Have you created any platform that belongs to you, that is a media outlet that employs the upcoming presenters? Have you been able to do that? You haven't. You haven't done anything. We all sit here and ask Shatta Wale, how come he hasn't signed on an artist? How come what have you done, ABOAGYE and the rest? Because you are a presenter. At least you should have a podcast or something that brings people. You see, the platform that you are on, you are backed by the radio station. Try and start your own podcast and see if your listeners will follow you. I've seen so many presenters who try to leave radio or TV and start their own thing. How well does it go? Most of them fail because it is not about them. It is about the radio station or the TV station they are on. So the moment they leave there, they fail. Please, let's be mindful of the things that we try to tackle on radio and TV stations. Some of them are unnecessary. Whether he was paid that amount or he wasn't paid that amount, what do you gain by disputing it? Peace.